So my name is Mojca. I will be hosting Mr. Florjančič. It's actually not true that he doesn't speak English. Torej, gospod Florjančič, katere angleške besede poznate? Ker ni res, da ne govorite angleško.
Ja. Jaz ne govorim angleško, samo 4 besede znam. In to Metro, Goldwyn, Mayer.
No, upam, da bomo imeli vsi tak smisel za humor pri 94 letih. Skratka, gospod Florjančič je imel tudi neverjetno otroštvo. So he had an amazing childhood as well. His aunt owned the castle in Bled, and his mother owned a lot of prominent hotels. So my first question to him will be, what kind of a childhood does one need to have to become a world famous inventor? Torej, moje prvo vprašanje, kakšno je bilo vaše otroštvo, oziroma kaj bi bilo fino, da ima otrok, da lahko postane tako silovit inventor, kot ste vi?
Ja, prvo, jaz sem imel krasno mladost. Imel sem priliko na Bledu, sem se igral, ko sem bil mlad, sem se igral potepov in sem se igral Tarzana in sem naredil ta prve reči, sem lovil ribe, ja. Sem imel moje sisteme, kako ujamem ribo in tako sem začel kot mladši študirati, koga bi naredil, ja.
Okay, so as a child, he said he had a fantastic childhood living in the nature here in Bled, and his first inventions were kind of to do with being a Tarzan, so how to get from one tree to another and how to catch squirrels and fish in a natural way without the same as we do today.
Ja, ker sem bil Tarzan, tudi nisem nikoli mislil, da bom Tarzana Johnny Weissmillerja spoznal v Monte Carlo. Ja, in sem bil zelo vesel takrat, samo njegovo afno čito, ki je živela 80 let, pa nisem spoznal.
So he never actually thought he would meet Mr. Tarzan, Johnny Weissman himself, but he did in Monte Carlo, but his bad luck was that he didn't meet the cheetah, although the monkey, although she died at 80 years old.
Moram vam pa povedati, da sem sem se igral na mašin Singer. To je bila za mene ta najlepši izumitelj in da ne veš, jaz sem zmeraj probiral to mašino, sem vse sorte priprave zraven naredil in tudi nisem vedel, da bom gospoda pravnika od gospoda Singerja v njegovi vili v Monte Carlo spoznal. In potem sem šele zvedel, da je bil to ta pravi izumitelj. Imel je 44 otrok.
So, for those of you who didn't understand, so as a child, one of his marks was that he used to play with the Singer knitting machine, and this to him was a source of fascination, and that's how he also learned to be very technical. And a lot of his inventions, early inventions, were to do with knitting machines. What he didn't know was that he was later on to meet also the grandson of Singer in Monte Carlo, and he says that so Mr. Singer's main inventions were the fact that he had 44 children, and you can check this out on the internet, he says, it's true. So, vprašala naslednje vprašanje, in sicer pri vaših izumih, ali je bilo naključje, da so bili tako uspešni, ali je potrebno iti čez nek postopek oziroma kakšen, da si zagotovimo, da je naš izum uspešen. So my next question to him was, what does it take for an invention to be successful on the market? Is it pure luck, or is there a series of steps that one needs to take in order for his invention to be successful?
Ja, jaz vam moram povedati, da sem se jaz največ naučil v Nemčiji, ker sem bil 35 let v Nemčiji, sem bil tudi nemški državljan. Ich grüße schön alle Deutsche, ich war deutscher Staatsbürger, war ich in deutscher Armee bei Nasegler. Jaz sem bil tudi nemški državljan, ja, in sem se največ naučil v Nemčiji in to pri Meleti, familia Benz.
Okay, so this is going to be an interesting story. I will just cut it off here. So he learned most of his stuff regarding inventions in Germany at Miss Melita's house.
Ja. Ja, povem vam pa to, da sem se te največ naučil pri Meliti. Poznal sem staro mamo Melito takrat. Ona je izumila Maleta Filter.
So Melita's grandmother or Maleta invented the Maleta Filter.
Poznal sem familijo Benz, smo bili prijatelji. Ja.
So he was friends with the Benz family.
Ja. In z tega filtra, z tega izuma, ja, je ratlo podjetje Maleta, ki ima danes 3 milijarde prometa.
So with this filter, the company Maleta has 3 million euros of revenue.
In Maleta je imela ta prav sistem. Oni so imeli en biro, ki so gledali za trg, kjer reči imajo trg. Ja? In to je ta najbolj važno, da vi pogledate trg. In za tisti trg morate narediti en produkt, ki ga lahko zaščitite. Ker danes brez zaščite ni več eksistenca.
So they had their office, which then prepared market research so they could create items that would actually fit the market based on a niche. And that's how you have to do it. So you have to have a look at the market niche, and if a product doesn't exist, you need to protect it. So what kind of a market did Maleta target?
Ja. Delal sem pa za največ firme, za verige Šliper. Ja. Bil sem zelo prijatelj, potem sem delal za Mannesmana, sem delal za Battenfelda, potem sem delal za Kodaka, sem delal za Akvo, sem delal in v Garmišu sem pa delal za Gajmoplasta, ker smo naredili diaromček. In ta človek je veroval v mene in razvoj tega romčka je koštal 2 milijona mark.
So he went through all the companies that he worked for, and one of his most famous inventions was the diaphragm. So for when there used to be dia projectors, and that cost 2 million Deutschmarks to actually develop. But I'm going to ask him the question again.
Ja, jaz sem potem, ko sem od Malete šel, sem delal po naročilu. Oni so mene poklicali, recimo jaz sem delal za Babkoga, ki sem ta največ za inžul dobil je bil Babkog. Zato sem naredil nov zapiralni sistem za te stroje, plastične stroje. In ko sem naredil to, sem naredil perfekten model in perfektno prezentacijo. In še danes se točno spomnim, kljub temu, da sem zelo star, se točno spomnim, da sem Pršuke pokazal perfekten, ker vi samo lahko enkrat pridete in samo enkrat pokažete, dvakrat ne morete priti. In tukaj sem pa dobil, za mene takrat 74. leta sem dobil 1,5 milijona mark. In meni se je zamešal.
So
Takrat je bilo 500,000 mark je bilo loto. Pa lepa zračunajte, ko sem dobil.
Okay, so at first he started working custom made, so when customers came to him, he did it for them. But later on, he realized that when he started doing his own inventions, that when you have an invention, you need to go to the top player on the market. Your presentation and your product need to be perfect because you don't get a second chance to go to that customer again. And in 1974, he sold one of his inventions for 1 million.
Milijon pa pomar.
1.5 million Deutschmarks. And at that time, the lottery was 500,000. So the first prize on the lottery was 500,000, and that's when he went crazy.
Direktor banke ni verjel, da je to toliko. In ko sem drugi dan k njem prišel, sem dobil zlato kartico in da jaz sem ko šel v Modeno, da bi Ferrarija kupil. Ampak ker sem videl ga blond Ferrarija, Nova zgodba za 3 leta.
So he's full of stories. So he took the money to the bank. The bank didn't really believe him, but the next day, because banks are of course proactive as well, they gave him a gold credit card. And so that kind of sent him on a shopping spree, but that's also another question, he said, another story. My next question will be, does the Slovene have to go abroad? So Mr. Florjančič lived abroad for 60 years. And so do we have to actually go abroad to be valued and that our work is valued? Torej, ali moramo Slovenci v tujino, tako kot ste šli vi, da postanemo oziroma da smo ocenjeni in da so naši izumi oziroma delo ocenjeni?
Ne, vsak je izumitelj, vsak mu je izumitelj in vse je izum. Kako spoznaš žensko, kako enega goljufaš, vse je izum. In jaz mislim, da če se en malo okoli gleda, vsak lik v gostilni skozi okenke, noge, vse, jaz sem prišel v Monte Carlo, sem gledal ženske, so staške vzeli en vaporizator.
Samo malo, bomo tukaj malo končali. So, everything is an invention. You know, picking up women is an invention. And you just need to look around you to see what you can make better. And so when he went to Monte Carlo, he was looking around, usually women. He realized that when they take perfume out of their bags, that there is a problem, and he will now explain what that is. Torej, ženske so iz torbice jemale, ste vi opazovali kaj in kako ste vi to potem rešili?
Kako mislite zdaj?
Prekinila sem vas, ko ste opazovali ženske v Monte Carlu. Ja. One so odpirale svoje torbice. Ja. In potem vaša zgodba naprej?
So odprli torbice in so imeli velike pumpe, sem rekel, zdaj se mora narediti eno majhno reč za otoško, elegantno reč. In zakaj sem postal izumitelj tudi, da sem se daljše izumitelj, imam 94 let, sem star 75 let delovne dobe, sem 70 let oženjen z isto, ja, to je tudi izum. Ja.
Samo da povem to zdaj, ja. So he realized that women are taking perfume out of their bags, but they're using these large spray things, so he thought he would make it more efficient. And he's actually the inventor, and he still has this bottle of the first perfume spray that we know today. This bottle still sits on his table. I know that because I visited him a couple of years ago. And he says that he has 75 years of work. He is married to the same woman for 70 years, and even that is an invention. Naprej. Torej, 70 let ste poročeni, 75 let imate delovne dobe. Ja. In tudi to je vse izum.
To je vse izum in to vam moram nekaj povedati. V življenju je ta najbolj važen tole, kar se pove. V pravem sekundi na pravem mestu.
So, in life, it is the most important thing to be in the right time at the right place, which he often was, because as I was talking to him before, having a coffee, when you're an inventor, you also need to have someone who will fund your inventions. You know, the invention can be a success, which means you get paid, but kind of 90% of the stuff that you do invent is not successful on the market, so who's going to pay for that? Jaz sem jim zdaj še vmes povedala, kar sva se midva na kavi prej pogovarjala, da je za uspešnim izumiteljem potreben tudi uspešen financer. Ja. Ker 90% izumov se ne proda na trgu, torej nekdo mora to financirati. Kdo je financiral vas v življenju?
Jaz sem patentiral 400 patentov in 41 jih je bilo dobro. Ja. S tem 41 sem se zaslužil, sem imel 5 državljancev, sem zaslužil 7 hiš, sem zaslužil. V Firencah, v Monte Carlo, v Filahu, v Garmišu, najlepši mest je pa bil Montre v Švici, v Glionu. Moj sosed je bil skoraj Charlie Chaplin. 82 let je imel otroka, Geraldine, ja, tudi izum.
So he had 400 patents and 41 were really successful. And he had 7 houses. He's listed off the places. I think you understood. He was nearly a neighbor to Charlie Chaplin, who had a child at 82, which is again an invention. But my question will be more specific now. Who specifically financed him? Because he had very interesting and famous financiers. Če mi lahko prosim poveste, kdo točno vas je financiral? Vemo, da ste imeli prijatelje.
Zdaj moram povedati, v Monte Carlo sem bil na pravem mestu, v pravem momentu v Monte Carlo Beach. In tam to ne morem povedati zgodbo, to bi mogli prispati v hotel Pepari. Ampak tam sem spoznal kraljevo familijo Egipta.
So one of his early we would have to stay here for a week if we wanted to hear all his stories. But one of his early financiers was the king of Egypt, which he befriended in Monte Carlo.
Ja, in ta kraljeva familija me je financirala. Pa prvič je hotel kupiti tam Ilhami Paša, ki je bil ženjen z mačeho od kralja Faruka. Ja. Ni mu otrok je hotel kupiti mojo hčerko. Ja.
So he didn't have children and he wanted to buy his daughter, which he didn't sell to him. Ki je verjetno niste prodali mu.
Jaz nisem prodal, sem rekel, gospod ekscelenc, naredimo kup, jaz sem izumitelj, ja, naredimo kup en posel.
Okay, so, he's an inventor, so I'm not going to sell you my daughter, but let's have a company together.
Ja, in mi dva sva naredila en društvo, velik denarja. Ja, in ta društvo se je imel Florjančič, Ilhami, Ilham.
So the company was Florjančič in
Ilham Hussein Pasha.
So they did have a company together,
ja.
Funded with lots of money.
Tam je bilo pa, samo primer vam povedal, koliko denarja je bilo. V salon privel v Monte Carlo so igrali s ploščačami od 550,000 švicarskih frankov. To je bilo ogromen denarja, ena plošča, 1,20,000. Če sem suminil za kralja, je premenil 1 milijon, če eno ploščo važa, da on je prišel. Ja, ampak vam povem to, da sem enkrat rekel, ekscelenc, s tako ploščo jaz naredim fabriko. Je vzel ploščo in je rekel, narediti fabriko. Pole morate misliti, da sem imel financerje, ki so plačevali moje napake. In če ne bi imel take financerje, bi tudi propadal, moram tudi reči.
Yeah. So he was heavily funded by the king himself. So in the casino they had boards which were worth 50,000, 50,000, tako 50,000, and he would just have a stack of them, and he told the king, listen, with one of these boards, I could start a company. So he just threw one to him, okay, go and do it. And so he was heavily funded, he admits that, and he also admits that he did make a lot of mistakes, which his co-financers did fund. So it is an expensive business being an inventor, but as he said, he was in the right place at the right time. Because I only have a couple of minutes to finish, I would like to ask him for one last word. Torej, samo še par minut mava do konca.
Ja.
Torej, kaj bi vi radi za konec recimo povedali?
Do konca?
Ja, ali pa za konec našemu občinstvu.
Ja, prerokovala, jaz sem prišel umreti na Bled. Ja.
So he came to die to Bled. So
jaz sem prišel prezgodaj, 13 let čakam.
So he's been waiting around for 13 years and nothing has happened, so he came too soon.
Ja, in prerokovala mi je pa prerokovalka, da bom jaz toliko časa živel, kakor na otek stopnic.
So he went to a fortune teller once, or she met him once, and she said he will live as many as there are stairs. Ki jih je pa koliko?
Jih je 99.
There are 99.
In jaz imam arhitekta, da bi še par jih naredil.
So he's hired an architect who's going to more steps than just 99.
A veste kaj? Moram, lahko nekaj malo tako.
Seveda lahko. Kar?
Vse?
Ja, ne.
Ne. Hočete?
Kar povedati.
To je resnica. Sem predaval pod Novartisu v Kranjski gori in na zadnje mi direktor ponudil Viagro. Sem pa rekel, hvala lepa, enkrat na dan imam dost.
So to finish his stories off, he had a meeting with Lick, it's one of our two main pharmaceutical companies, and the director asked him, "Can I offer you Viagra?" And Mr. Florjančič said, "Do you know what? I don't need it. Once a day is plenty for me." Thank you very much.